I knew it. I knew they were out there doing sacrifice, and this video proves it. I have a video that is going to blow your mind about Jay-Z and Diddy and the sacrifice they be having in Hollywood. Yes, and guess what, y'all? They are gotten so besides themselves on the black market, okay? They are putting different clips of the Diddy parties, the Jay-Z's on the black market. And you guys know it goes down, and it's some of the most horrific things that you will find on the black market. And this stuff is real. It is real. I want you guys to watch this video. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot, okay? Y'all have to see this.
Huge stain on his reputation, to say the least, and this really feels like a fall from grace.
Jay-Z and Diddy have always been tight pals, dominating the industry with their powerhouse friendship, wild parties, and major collaborations. But ever since Diddy's jaw-dropping arrest,
it has to be a 100% culture shock. I can't imagine living a lifestyle of the incredibly rich and famous and then going into this very dark, impersonal, cold, austere facility.
Jay-Z's gone completely silent. No words of support for his old friend. Could there be more to this silence? Just when we thought things couldn't get messier, CNN drops a bombshell. Leaked footage of Jay-Z caught in a compromising moment at one of Diddy's infamous parties. Now the tables have turned, and there's no way for Jay-Z to dodge the heat. For years, rumors have swirled about Jay-Z and Beyoncé being way too close to the chaos that surrounds Diddy. And with this shocking footage out in the open, it looks like Jay-Z's worst fears might be coming true. Stick with us, because we're breaking down all the juicy details that are setting Jay-Z on edge. The shocking footage exposed. In an explosive new development, footage from inside one of Diddy's infamous Beverly Hills mansion parties has surfaced, sending shockwaves through Hollywood and beyond. What was once seen as just another star-studded event has now been linked to deeply disturbing allegations of illegal activities. The feds are now alleging that trafficking, potentially involving underage girls, took place behind the closed doors of these glamorous gatherings. And the fallout has only just begun. Diddy, once a music industry giant and cultural icon, now finds himself behind bars, facing an avalanche of charges that could see him imprisoned for the rest of his life. But he isn't the only one caught up in this storm. Several big names, including Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, have been spotted in the newly released footage, raising even more questions about who knew what and when. Kim and Kanye, along with other A-listers, were filmed enjoying themselves at one of Diddy's notorious mansion parties. But the video raises suspicions about what was really happening behind the scenes. As rumors swirl, Kim Kardashian's legal team has already gone into overdrive, issuing cease and desist letters to anyone daring to suggest that she may be under FBI investigation for blackmail, drugging men, or being tied to the shocking Diddy tapes. Despite the legal threats, there's a growing sense that nothing can stop the truth from coming out. Hollywood's biggest names are feeling the heat, and the world is watching as the powerful empire of celebrity and influence begins to crumble. The allegations have stirred deep questions about the real activities at these parties, and speculation is mounting about who will be implicated next. This scandal is far from over, and we're just seeing the first dominoes fall. Keep watching as we reveal even more shocking details that could shake the foundations of Hollywood's elite. The industry's dark side uncovered, and the stakes have never been higher. Gone are the days of 2016, when secrets could be easily swept under the rug, and the power players in the music industry could manipulate their way out of scandal. Now, with the release of shocking new footage, the game has changed forever. No expense has been spared in keeping these dark truths hidden. Truths that Jaguar Wright, a fearless whistleblower, has been exposing for years. Known for never holding back, Jaguar recently appeared on the Piers Morgan show to drop yet another bombshell. This time, she revealed what many have long suspected: Jay-Z is just as guilty as Diddy when it comes to the industry's dark side. "You want to know why there's no vindication for me?" Jaguar asked, her voice sharp with frustration. "Because for 4 years I've been screaming not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters, and the victim-making machine kept going on."
for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
According to Jaguar, Jay-Z's silence since Diddy's arrest is far from innocent. It's intentional. He starts little fires everywhere and forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. But that changes now, Sean. You have no choice but to respond. Jaguar's claims didn't stop there. She painted a disturbing picture of Jay-Z's role in the entertainment world, quietly pulling strings and avoiding accountability. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs, they all have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter, she declared. This has been a fist of tyranny punching through our culture and society for decades. It must stop. The connections Jaguar exposed sent shockwaves across the industry, drawing a direct line between some of the most notorious figures and Jay-Z himself. As the scandal surrounding Diddy continues to unravel, the question many are asking is, how deep does Jay-Z's involvement go? For decades, the industry's misogyny and abuse have been shielded by fame, money, and power. But now, those layers of protection are being stripped away. If the charges against Diddy are proven true, the consequences could ripple through the entire hip-hop world, toppling more than just one titan. Piers Morgan, visibly shaken by Jaguar's revelations, asked her the question on everyone's mind. How dangerous do you think Diddy is as a person? Without hesitation, Jaguar responded, I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years.
How dangerous do you think he is as a person?
I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met. A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years.
She didn't stop there. She explained how industry giants like Clive Davis and Lucian Grange handpicked Diddy to be the enforcer of their agenda, ensuring the culture remained controlled while they reaped the rewards. He was selected to be the demon that he is, to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to profit, Jaguar added. And now, with Diddy's arrest casting a long shadow over Hollywood and the music world, people are wondering, will Jay-Z be the next to fall? As Jaguar pointed out, Diddy's downfall is likely only the tip of the iceberg. Those who thought they could hide behind wealth, fame, and industry connections are about to face a reckoning that's been long overdue. But the scandal doesn't stop with Jay-Z. As insiders suggest, all eyes are now shifting toward Beyonce. The public was quick to criticize Nicki Minaj for her choice of partner. But will they hold Queen Bey to the same standard if Jay-Z's skeletons come tumbling out of the closet? Beyonce has been with Jay-Z since she was 19, and many are now questioning how much she knew about his alleged dealings. In a recent Page 6 report, it was noted that Beyonce's highly anticipated Cowboy Carter album is already fading into obscurity, and insiders claim it's because she and Jay-Z have gone into hiding during this scandal. Sources suggest Beyonce is trying to maintain a low profile, avoiding the spotlight during Diddy's public downfall, to avoid drawing unwanted attention to her and Jay-Z's long-standing friendship with him. As more women come forward with horrifying accusations against Diddy, the list of those connected to him grows longer. And if Jay-Z's name gets added to that list, will the public still stand by Beyonce? Or will the pressure become too much for the power couple to handle? Will Beyonce face the same scrutiny that others have faced, or is she truly untouchable? Time will tell. But one thing is certain, the music industry is undergoing a reckoning, and no one is safe. Diddy's downfall. The allegations unravel. Now buckle up because this story just keeps getting wilder. It's 2020, and the music industry is teetering on the edge of a scandal so massive it's about to implode. P. Diddy, yes, the legendary hip-hop mogul, is staring down the barrel of 120 shocking allegations. You heard that right, 120. And these aren't just whispers anymore. Tony Busby, a well-known attorney with a history of representing high-profile clients, came forward, saying he's received thousands of calls in the last 10 days alone.
After the indictment of Sean Combs and the announcement that we were pursuing these claims, the floodgates opened. People who wouldn't otherwise, for a variety of reasons, are now stepping forward to make their voices heard and to pursue justice.
His firm has verified 120 victims as legitimate, and even more chilling, 20 to 25 of them were minors. Now, those victims are filing civil lawsuits, marking the start of what could be the most damaging scandal in Diddy's career. At a recent press conference, Busby laid out the accusations, and they're jaw-dropping. They include violent assaults, many facilitated with drugs, false imprisonment, misconduct, and even the dissemination of illegal video recordings. Some victims allege they were compelled into acts of prostitution, all under Diddy's watch. These aren't minor allegations. They could lead to life-changing consequences if proven in court. And here's the kicker. These civil claims are separate from the criminal charges Diddy is currently facing. Meaning, the legal heat on him is about to intensify, and fast. But it doesn't stop there. Busby hinted that other big names, household names, are about to be implicated as well. He claims there are individuals in the industry who were not just complicit, but actively helped cover up these alleged crimes. The bombshell? These people are said to be some of the most powerful in entertainment. When their identities are revealed, it's expected to send shockwaves across Hollywood. And yes, there's already one name that's drawing attention: Kevin Hart. The comedian has been spotted at several of Diddy's infamous parties, and with the accusations now being investigated, Hart may find himself in the hot seat. Is he involved? That remains to be seen, but with video evidence emerging from those very parties, it's clear he and other attendees will be scrutinized. So who else could be implicated in this widening scandal? It's hard to say for sure, but Busby's comments suggest we're only scratching the surface. Could we see other celebrities or even business moguls face similar allegations? If the rumors about accomplices turn out to be true, the fallout could be historic. Hollywood's culture of silence seems to be crumbling before our eyes, and Diddy's fall could mark the beginning of a much larger reckoning. With more lawsuits piling up, the question isn't if this scandal will escalate, it's how far it will go. One thing is for certain. The revelations are far from over, and the world is watching closely as the pieces continue to fall into place. Stay tuned, because this is just the beginning of what could be one of the most explosive scandals in music history. The unraveling, Diddy, Jay-Z, and the dark side of fame. As the spotlight on Diddy intensifies, new revelations and eerie connections are coming to light, shaking the very core of the entertainment industry. We now know that Tony Busby's bombshell press conference wasn't just about numbers, it was about real lives. The 120 victims of alleged sexual abuse and violence at the hands of Diddy span a range of ages and backgrounds. What hits hardest? Busby revealed that 25 of the victims were minors at the time of these horrifying acts. The youngest, a child of only 9 years old.
And are the feds aware of the allegations of minors in the case?
I don't know what the feds are aware of, okay, but I do know it's 25 out of this 120.
This staggering detail exposes the depth of abuse that allegedly took place under Diddy's watch. And it doesn't end there. Busby mentioned victims as young as 14 and 15 years old, revealing how systemic and far-reaching the abuse may have been.
We have an individual who was 14 years old. We have one who was 15. 25 of the 120 individuals who are plaintiffs in these cases were minors at the time of the accident.
Adding to the gravity of the situation, Busby confirmed that over 55% of these individuals had reported the abuse to the authorities, including police departments and hospitals. Yet for years, those reports seemed to fall on deaf ears. The victims were largely ignored, raising serious questions about how Diddy's wealth and influence may have helped him evade accountability for so long. Now, as these cases move forward, Diddy faces more than just legal trouble. His entire legacy is at risk. The sheer magnitude of these allegations has rocked not just his personal brand, but the entertainment industry that once celebrated him. With multiple lawsuits pending, civil and potentially criminal consequences loom large. The fallout from these accusations is likely to reverberate across the industry, forcing powerful figures to confront uncomfortable truths. But there's more to this unfolding story. Connections that stretch beyond Diddy. His longtime friend Jay-Z has also found himself caught in the shadow of suspicion. For years, rumors have swirled about Jay-Z's relationship with R&B sensation Aaliyah, whose tragic death in 2001 shocked the world. Fans speculated about the true nature of their relationship, with whispers that Jay-Z may have been romantically involved with the singer. Aaliyah herself was notoriously private, and both she and Jay-Z kept much of their personal lives under wraps. However, in the aftermath of Diddy's scandal, people are starting to ask a new question. What did Jay-Z know, and when did he know it? The timing of Jay-Z's next move after Aaliyah's death only fueled more controversy. Shortly after her passing, Jay-Z teamed up with none other than R. Kelly, a figure whose career has been marred by numerous allegations of sexual misconduct with minors. Together, they released the Best of Both Worlds album in 2002. The partnership raised eyebrows even then, as R. Kelly was already facing accusations regarding his relationships with underage girls. Aaliyah herself was believed to have been secretly married to R. Kelly when she was just 15 years old. The legality and ethics of that marriage have long been questioned, and its connection to R. Kelly's abusive behavior is now well documented. Dame Dash, Jay-Z's former business partner and Aaliyah's boyfriend at the time of her death, was deeply hurt by Jay-Z's decision to work with R. Kelly. The move created a rift between the two men that would only grow wider as time went on. Dame has been vocal about his disdain for Jay-Z's collaboration with Kelly, calling it a betrayal, particularly given Kelly's history with Aaliyah. The unresolved tension between Jay-Z and Dame Dash over this issue was one of the factors that led to the eventual collapse of their once iconic Rockefeller Records partnership. Now, with Diddy's fall from grace making headlines, some are speculating that Jay-Z's silence on the matter might be strategic. Could Jay-Z have known about Diddy's alleged activities all along? The entertainment industry is a web of connections, and those in positions of power often have access to secrets that the public never sees. Jay-Z's proximity to Diddy and his ability to stay above the fray in other scandals have some wondering if his silence is part of a larger game of self-preservation. There are even conspiracy theories floating around, suggesting that Jay-Z might be using Diddy's downfall to deflect attention from his own past associations with controversial figures like R. Kelly. While no concrete evidence supports these claims, they highlight the deep mistrust many people have toward the upper echelons of the music industry, where power and influence often allow figures like Diddy and Jay-Z to operate with impunity. And let's not forget Dame Dash's role in all of this. For years, Dame has been vocal about his frustration with how the industry operates behind the scenes. His feud with Jay-Z, which dates back decades, has always had an undercurrent of betrayal. Not just personal, but moral. As the Diddy scandal unfolds, Dame's earlier critiques of the industry's moral bankruptcy suddenly feel more prescient. He's spoken publicly about how Jay-Z's decisions after Aaliyah's death changed the course of their relationship forever. What we're witnessing now may be the beginning of a much larger reckoning for the entertainment industry. Hollywood and the music world have long been criticized for harboring and protecting abusers, using fame and fortune as shields. With Diddy's empire crumbling, the question remains: who will fall next? Will Jay-Z, once seemingly untouchable, face consequences for the company he's kept and the choices he's made? The truth is, this scandal is far from over. As more victims come forward and the legal cases against Diddy gain traction, the industry's dark side is being exposed like never before. And as the layers are peeled back, it's becoming clear that no one, not even giants like Jay-Z, may be safe from the fallout. The reckoning, secrets, scandals, and the unseen power of the music industry. Many people now recall an episode of 106 in Park, that featured Mary J. Blige and her co-host. Looking back, people can't help but reflect on what they have come to describe as the many unspoken truths during that episode. In that episode, Mary J. Blige and her co-host discussed the untimely death of Aaliyah, the R&B princess who left the world too soon. What people didn't realize then was that there was more to that discussion than met the eye, because both women knew more than most people about the chilling and dark secrets in the industry. The irony of the situation is almost too much to bear. Mary J. Blige, who has been described as a victim of Sean Combs, Diddy, the mogul with untold influence, and Free, who allegedly has her own scars from dealing with Jay-Z, were forced to sit and speak on this tragedy like they don't know who might be behind it all. It's now chilling to think about it, really. Two women who have been said to be at the mercy of men like Jay-Z and Diddy were sitting on national television, talking about Aaliyah's death. It was a moment dripping with the kind of power that only those entrenched in the industry understand. As for the viewers, they were none the wiser. It's just recently, as secrets have begun unraveling, that they are connecting the dots. They see two women mourning a loss. The insiders? Speculations are that they knew it was something far more sinister. A veil of silence had been cast over the entire conversation. No one could speak the truth because the truth is too dangerous. Talk about the ultimate display of unfettered power. Let's shift our focus to Claudia Jordan. In her recent interview, she talks about how people are afraid to come forward, to speak their truth. She's asking why. Why is it so hard to expose these powerful men? But deep down, Claudia knows. She was once Diddy's girl. She's seen the kind of control men like him have over everyone around them. And yet, she stays quiet. She doesn't talk about her own experience. Why not? Why doesn't she claim her truth? Why doesn't she stand by the other women who have suffered in silence? These are questions that beg for answers. People are of the opinion that she is afraid to speak, because in the industry, silence is survival. Claudia Jordan knows that. Corey knew that too. Jay-Z's girl, wrapped up in the same web of power and control. And let's not forget about Kathy White, Jay-Z's alleged pregnant mistress who suddenly died of an aneurysm. When we look at things closely, we see so much intrigue and unanswered questions. People allege that there was more to Corey's death. They say the aneurysm is but the official story, but anyone with eyes can see there's more to it. Speculations are that she was carrying his baby. She was supposed to be part of his future, but then she was gone. Just like that. Dead. And her death isn't the only one that raises eyebrows. Are their speculations true? We would leave you to make your own conclusions. But the theories and conspiracies do not stop there. Fingers also point at the woman who was best friends with Kimora Lee Simmons and Kim Porter. The one who wrote the book, Bling? The book is said to have exposed the dark, gritty underbelly of the hip-hop world. It told many uncomfortable truths about the drugs, the money, the violence. People still worry about the way she died, especially as she died just as her book was hitting the bestseller list. Coincidence? Maybe. But according to insiders, in this industry, coincidences are rare. So, what does all this mean? Does it mean that these women, these victims of powerful men, had nowhere to turn? No one to protect them? Insiders say that the people they should have been able to trust, people like Jay-Z, Diddy, the police, even the courts, were all in on it. The allegations are that the authorities are bought and paid for. Sounds far-fetched, doesn't it? Could the judges really be in the pockets of the record labels? That sounds a little far-fetched to even the most skeptical individuals. But some individuals insist that even if, by some miracle, you manage to get a special prosecutor on your case, they'll just be reassigned. You'll be left out in the cold with no recourse, no justice, and no way out. They say that that's why so many women stay silent. They know that coming forward will do nothing but ruin their lives. They know that the men who hurt them will never face consequences. In the absence of damning evidence, or even with it, people are usually skeptical to speak up, according to insiders. They are afraid of going the way of Aaliyah. However, there are a few exceptions. For one, Gabrielle Union. She's been vocal about her experiences with the way the industry treats women, especially black women. She's not afraid to speak out, and she's made it clear that a lot of people's time is coming, Jay-Z inclusive. And then there's Beyonce, Jay-Z's wife. Although many people allege that she's just a pawn in Jay-Z's game, others say that she's much smarter than that. Her recent move into country music is said to have been a calculated step. She remade Jolene, and it was a hit. But even Beyonce, with all her power and influence, can't escape the shadow of her husband's past. The rumors surrounding their relationship are endless. People wonder what her connection to Jay-Z and all these rumors are. Is she a victim? Maybe a silent one? Or is she complicit in these allegations? The whispers are getting louder, and the speculation is growing. So what do we do with all this information? Where do we go from here? The truth is that the music industry is a machine built on power and control. The men at the top, people like Jay-Z and Diddy, have been pulling the strings for decades. They've been able to keep their secrets hidden, to silence their victims, to manipulate the system in their favor. But those days are coming to an end. The walls are closing in. So, could Jay-Z be next? Could he be the next powerful man to fall in this #MeToo era? It's hard to say for sure, but one thing is clear. The tide is turning. The survivors are finding their voices, and they're not going to be silenced any longer. What do you think that Jay-Z would be the next to fall?
Ooh, honey, it's so much. It is so much. I gotta know what y'all think about this. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot, and I'll see you guys on the next upload.